Oh, hey Reese, what's going on today? Hi, how you going? It is, of course, me, Reese T. O'Leary of perpelFLAME and Company. That's right, PERPELFLAME. And you are joining me here for Soulful Sunday, where I like to talk about topics pertaining to the soulful nature of our existence. Now, today we have a very, very, very cool topic. I think so, anyway. We will be talking about emotions. But before we do start talking about those topics, that topic, I should say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of these videos which get posted every single day of the week. And if you hit that little bell notification, you'll actually get notified with a notification. Believe that or not. But you've only got me here for about 10 minutes, so let's get into today's topic. And I want to preface emotions, the topic, with a phrase. Emotions are our teacher and the world is our school, right? Now, when we start our lives as an infant, as a child, as a baby, we are rather full of emotions, but without understanding of those emotions. And of course, as we grow up, as we get older and older and older, we do actually learn more and more about ourselves, our emotions. But let's start with something really simple. What is an emotion? Well, an emotion is a state of being, a feeling, something that we express out of ourselves. But it is also a chemical compound which exists in the brain, in our body, in different places. And it is a way of us navigating through our experiences in this world, through our circumstances and situations that we face on our path. Now, there are predominantly two different types of emotions. We've got lower vibrational and higher vibrational emotions, so two different types. Lower vibrational emotions stem from fear, so you've got things like anger, resentment, frustration, so on and so forth, sadness, right? And then you've got higher vibrational emotions stemming from love, such as happiness, joy, yes, ecstatic, right? So our emotions are ever present in how we live, how we communicate, why we communicate, what we communicate. But do we really understand them? Do we really understand why we experience them or how we experience them? I don't think so. I don't think we do. And that can be the difference in a lot of different things in life, but especially how we interact with each other. Now, some say that the difference between wisdom and intelligence is emotional understanding, right? And I would have to agree, in order to understand how to navigate just people in general, you have to understand emotions. You have to be able to read other people's emotions. And reading emotions is something I personally have become equipped with, and I aim to, of course, to get better and better with each interaction that I have. But it's something that, it's very difficult to read people's emotions and to understand why people are feeling or experiencing what they are feeling or experiencing. For a range of different reasons, of course. People have completely unique experiences unto themselves as individuals. One aspect of emotions I do want to talk to you all about, though, is something called emotional injuries, right? Now, if you're unfamiliar with this terminology, an emotional injury is something that we experience when we are attempting to express an emotion and that expression is stifled. So it's prevented or it's yielded from occurring, right? Now, an emotional injury can go on to create all sorts of havoc and harm within our world and create a knock-on effect of disharmony within and without. So within us and around us, in our circumstances and experiences, by way of what we attract towards us. And I'll give you an example of an emotional injury. Let's just say you're a child and you start crying for whatever reason, and your parent or someone says, "Stop crying," or yells at you to stop crying, and you stop crying. You suck in that emotion, right? You prevent that emotion from fully playing out as it wishes to express itself. Well, that can create an emotional injury, as an example, right? And that emotional injury can go on to create a pattern in your world, which can then go on to attract very specific circumstances or people or things that are relative only to you holding that emotional injury in your existence. So I'm forevermore working with people, and in fact this is the world of psychology now and sociology, but in the world of psychology and sociology, emotional injuries can be conquered using things like NLP, so neuro-linguistic programming, behavioral therapy, things like that. But emotional injuries is something that I notice and recognize within many people to struggle with, especially if you experience things like traumatic events that cause things like CPTSD, so complex post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression, right? These things all stem from, in my opinion, emotional injuries within our world that, whilst at first glance may not seem or feel as though they can be overcome easily, they actually can. They actually can. The process is easy. The experiencing is not always so easy though, because we need to allow an emotion to play an emotion's like a song. It needs to play start to finish for you to get the full breadth of what that is about. So therefore, an emotional injury, going back to what I was saying earlier, is an emotion that hasn't played its full capacity. It hasn't played itself out in its entirety. So in order to overcome an emotional injury, what do you think needs to occur? You need to go back and allow that emotion to play itself out, right? We only truly experience an emotion once, and any time after that is simply a memory of what that emotion feels like. For example, when you first experience happiness in your world, that sets the tone and the baseline for every other version of happiness that you will experience after that time. And you are only experiencing but a memory of, or a derivative of, that first time that you ever experienced happiness. And the same goes with other emotions as well. You know, emotions, energy in motion, right? Emotions, energy in motion. So I know this is a lot to process, especially talking about, dopamine, serotonin. They're the chemical compounds which form emotions. There's more. I'll let you look into it yourself. But I want you to start thinking about emotions on a deeper level for yourself. I want you to start observing other people around you and their emotions and why they react and how they react and what effect that takes place in the circumstance or situation you may be observing that in, or yourself in, right? You're going to start to see a very different side of emotions and how and why and where and when, right? You'll start to process things on a deeper level. And it's funny, emotions come with rules in which they occur. And there's an old adage that says rules are what separates us from the animals, you know. Animals have emotion. We have emotion. What's the difference though? We have rules, right? But anyways, I'm going to leave you right there with that information. I hope you enjoyed today's Soulful Sunday episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you can get notified when we post new videos. My name's Reese T. O'Leary. Thank you very much for joining us, and I will see you in another day. Bye. Catch us on the flip side.